Hello, this is Geezer Al. Welcome back to another episode of Fallout London. We're continuing the Angel faction quests, and we're back at the civil servant headquarters to get the next quest from Mr. Smythe.
People have a negative attitude. That's what's stopping them.
Hello, Ms. Woodcock.
Good day. Smythe is expecting you. If you'd just like to pop that bowler hat back on. No time to waste. Please make your way to the office. Smythe's ready to take your call.
Oh, the good old bowler. Bowler. What am I wearing, actually? Okay. Still got the chest armor on, yeah.
If I see one more up-and-comer peasant, I'll go mad.
All right, here we go.
I do hope Father's proud of me.
Hello. Cello.
The normal etiquette for the receiver of a call is to acknowledge the caller, something to confirm the call has connected. Regardless, I trust you're well rested.
All right, I feel fine.
I'm relieved to hear as much. You need to be in good health, as we have a lot of work ahead of us.
I'm ready, let's go.
As I'm sure you've witnessed firsthand, the situation out there has changed. There's a feverish tension, an emergent frenzy. Decisive action is imperative.
Please go on.
Truth be told, the situation on the ground is and has been unacceptable for far too long. My proximity to such savagery has been a constant personal source of frustration. Simply put, there are extensive belligerent parties that have been distastefully ignored, tolerated for expediency. No more. Circumstances have evolved, and so should we. This compromise was the result of pragmatism, not will. The time has come for a transition towards a permanent arrangement.
Seems to me you're cleaning up a mess caused by your own complacency. No. So you've had more resources than anyone for years and yet have done nothing? All right. Okay, so it sounds like you have a plan.
I do. Several, in fact. I am to take direct control of the Lord Chancellorship. For that, I need a royal decree. We want the transfer of power to look legitimate. The salient details are in the dossier on my desk. Call if you have any questions. Be seeing you.
What's that smell? Oh, it's you.
Angel Dossier. A cunning plan, step 1. I guess we're reading them all, huh? What? A cunning plan, step 2.
It must be horrible to live in places without luxury.
A cunning plan, step 3. A cunning plan, step 4. All right, so now let's go read them. Briefing document for field agent Wayfarer. Do not distribute. Blah, blah, blah. Baroness Brenda Beaumont, a.k.a. the Baroness. Report collected by Sparrow. Queries and ancillary information can be requested through blah, blah, blah. Objective. Obtain an authentic royal appointment document from Baroness Brenda Beaumont. Strategy. We do not have the resources to replace her given our time constraint. She is also broadly sympathetic to our goals. Based on Baroness's psychological profile, the recommended strategy is blackmail. The Baroness holds her position within the state in high regard, but not for political reasons. Since adopting the position, she has not made any attempt to use her position for personal gain. She has only used her power to enforce rule infractions. This demonstrates a clear preference for propriety. Undermining her reputation would be professionally catastrophic and personally devastating. Bundled with this dossier is a holodisk containing information that would be extremely compromising in its nature, both personally and professionally. A holodisk is a recorded, prolonged correspondence with her lover, a Thames folk codenamed Gilly. This should provide sufficient compromising material to foster compliance. She is a long-standing, well-known and popular member of the London social scene, despite limited participation. Her husband is Winston Rawlinson Shapland, a prominent industrialist. They've been married for 17 years and have 2 children. Despite the external projection of marital bliss, the Baroness was witnessed fraternizing by Buzzard in Lewisham. She is the current Lord Chamberlain, where she is held in high regard. Her responsibilities are managing the royal estate, as well as final say on the editorial output of all periodicals produced by the gentry. Mice profile. Recommended course of action, coercion. Money. Baroness has a significant independent source of income and wealth tied to family ideology, coercion, ego. Oh, that's it. Last page. All right. Cunning plan step 2. R.E. Baron Earle Winthrop. Report collected by Robin. Once in possession of the royal appointment, you must have it embossed with the seal by Baron Earle Winthrop. Okay, let's read these later. Okay, ask Smythe about the targets. All right, why not?
I trust you've read the list. Ask away. Naturally.
This is really slow. Don't know what's going on here. Tell me about the Baroness.
The Baroness is the Lord Chamberlain, a considerable choke point in the functioning of the state. As such, she is integral to our plans. You'll need her to sign a royal appointment. If she chooses to value pedantry over my objectives, avail her of the hollow disk I've given you. Any further questions?
So the information on this holodisk is compromising to her position?
She's having an affair, and with one of those ghastly Thames folk at that. The gentry would find that obscene.
Oh, for shame. All right, got it.
Good.
Hello? Tell me about Baron.
The effete Baron Winthrop may possess the demeanor of someone with class, but don't be mistaken. This pompous, precious pig has all the squealing proclivities of a hedonist. He's a bottomless void of vulgar pleasure, yet you, must work with him. Convince him to stamp the royal appointment with the ceremonial seal. Any further questions?
So I can make him obedient by threatening to take away his treats?
As is often the case with those obsessed with excess, it is his weakness. You can easily bribe him with any form of vulgar extravagance. Conversely, if anything were to threaten his access to such joys, his whole world would crumble. I trust your judgment, but my expectation is that seal is applied with zeal. I may not care for the Baron's tastes, but his favor would come cheaper than his subjugation.
All right.
Good.
What about this other Baron?
Normally, I'd say Honeysett is a valued asset, but this reliance, in reality, has evolved into conceit. He's trying to consolidate his own influence over the judiciary, an unacceptable outcome. He has a protégé, Cecily Sugar. Get rid of her. She's exuberant, an iconoclast. Our project requires guile and discipline. Send her back to Kingdom Come at one of her debates. Honeysett will quickly fall into line.
All right, so if she's so ambitious, can't she be bribed? Honeysett would fall into line.
We must be decisive and unsentimental. The profile for Cecily Sugar is comprehensive. Any potential she has is curbed by the risk of non-compliance.
All right, so if I put a bomb under the stage, isn't killing her publicly risky?
On the contrary, the device may be loud, but the blast concentrated. Regardless, the audience, to be frank, are expendable. Debtors sympathetic to the cause, or creditors with bounteous assets.
All right, so we're doing another bomb under the stage. Got it.
Good.
Do. I have no more questions.
I'm glad.
Won't such a powerful position bring you unwanted attention as the Lord Chancellor?
No, quite the opposite, in fact. The role is historically ceremonial. Though it would allow me to suppress certain parliamentary procedures. Very few know this, however. Nor will they, until it's too late.
All right.
Be seeing you.
Life at the top is immensely satisfying.
Maybe I'll visit outside the walls sometime. See how the other half live.
Hey, Ridgewell Plaskett III.
I'm afraid visitations are by invitation only.
I have an invitation.
Yes, all this seems to be in order. Come right through and follow me.
Nice hat.
You'll have to be inside to take on the Tommies. Look, just leave me alone.
All right, so that's how it is, huh? Oh, of course, they were right there. Oh. All right, turn off the light here. There she is. Let me do a quick save here. Hello, Baroness. Brenda Beaumont.
Smythe told me of your arrival.
Then you know what we need. Time is precious. Please produce the royal appointment immediately.
I'm afraid I cannot oblige you. Smythe seemed reticent to commit to the request to paper. That in itself caused a little apprehension. The requested document is not a trifling matter. In fact, even requesting it is a serious offense.
Oh, come on, Brenda. Surely by now you know Smythe to be a selfless caretaker, a paragon of statecraft. Oh, charisma. Your choice is your own, but it comes... I'm going to have to use the blackmail tape. Well, your choice is your own, but it comes with consequences. Smythe has instructed that this holodisk be made public.
I was so careful. Please. You can't. You'd ruin my family.
We would prefer discretion, but it's conditional. It is your prerogative to save your marriage. It is our prerogative to save London.
Fine. I don't agree with your methods, but this really is what's best for us all. Here is your decree. I cannot provide the seal, as you know. I can only hope that Smythe doesn't destroy everything we've built here in London. Given the lengths you're willing to go through, I'm not so sure.
Hey, Kira. All right, Kira, where are we off to next? Okay, this is the guy who's motivated entirely by base desires. The optimal strategy would be to satiate his desires. However, should this fail, he can be easily physically overcome. He's the Lord Keeper of the Seal. The Baroness is the Baron is a notorious coward, and while this plays into certain forms of sexual gratification, violence outside of this context can also be a way to exploit him. Oh my God, all right. And where's he at? Of course, he's in a different building. Here we go. Is that door open? Nope.
Mind the gap and all that. I wish I could meet the Queen.
Discover the source of the noise. All right, is this the guy? Baron Earle Winthrop.
If you've come to challenge me, you'll have to wait. I've just been bested by another bestial young thing.
Well, I'm afraid I'm here strictly on business. Our mutual colleague requires your seal.
Oh, you flatterer. I tell you, I'm spent. Now leave off.
Don't consider it flattery so much as an accurate account of reality.
You've made me blush. I must admit, it's not done easily.
Don't blush. You have much to be proud of.
Well, you are a delight, aren't you? You know, just before you came, I was commiserating the loss of my fine Scotch collection. Oh, blast. Just thinking about it has got me glum again.
Yeah. Oh, boo-hoo, little Baron Bitch Tits has to stop drinking luxury spirits for a few minutes. Breaks my heart to see a weeping Baron. How can I help?
Oh, dear child. What I really want is more of that delectable booze. How about you be a perfect dear and find me a top-up?
All right, look, I'd love to help, but I'm quite busy trying to acquire a seal for this royal appointment.
That Smythe is a slippery character. How low would I have to be to sell myself for so low a fee as a bottle of Scotch? Alas, I shall exercise what influence I have to give you your seal.
All right, thank you very much. All right, Baron Nigel Honeysett. He's the head of the Ministry of Justice and as such is a member of the Privy Council, most likely to lead any form of judicial review of the royal appointment. This must not be allowed to happen. Please see associate order, blah, blah, blah. If he continues to feel that we can keep London secure, he will continue to serve us. We need to make him feel surrounded by our influence. Objective, liquidate Cecily Sugar. The mission requires the operation to be carried out publicly at Royal Albert Hall during a live recording of Interrogation Interregnum. Spectators of the show have been assessed for risk and deemed expendable. In light of mission importance, there is no room for failure. The target will need to be publicly liquidated. To facilitate this goal, we have deposited an explosive device behind the curtain next to the rear backstage exit. The explosion will be significant, but targeted. No one off stage should be harmed. However, the operative should be clear of the site when the device activates. Liquidation is scheduled to occur at a public event. As such, there is a high risk of interference from the public. We strongly advise using the explosive device. A reminder to all that London is a dangerous place for the wicked. We believe Cecily to be a studious person. Outside of an office, she is out of her element. All right.
It must be horrible to live in places without luxury.
I'm thinking of composing a new piece. The Wayfarer's Opera. Wait! Please don't go just yet. I've been waiting for someone like you. I understand this might sound rather dramatic, but you are my only hope.
Oh, Clive. What do you need?
Me? My name is Allsop. Clive Allsop. And I'm a composer. I dabble in a genre many call classical music, though I prefer more accurate terms like poetic or profoundly life-changing. Ever since I was a child, I've dreamed of performing my compositions to those noble tastemakers at the BBM. As they say, if you can make it at the BBM, you can make it anywhere.
Is that what they say? So why are you here at the hall?
Why, isn't it obvious? The Royal Albert Hall is the first step towards the BBM. You see, me and my orchestra, we came here in the hopes of spotting a BBM producer and handing them our tape. So far, we've been here for weeks and have had no such luck. But the time for action is nigh, the denouement, as it were. And once I saw you, I knew you were the perfect person for the job. Someone who can help us get into the BBM and gently force them to listen to our tape.
Yes, why do you need my help?
As you can see, conducting is not conducive to muscle gain. Me and my orchestra lack advanced weaponry. You do not. And let's just say I know a thing or two about security inside the BBM and how hostile they can be. Now, not from personal experience, of course. I'd never try to break into the BBM. No, sir.
All right. What's in it for me?
How about the satisfaction in knowing you have become an integral part of British culture for generations to come?
What?
I can also give you tickets. Now, I've heard from reputable personal sources that the BBM is heavily guarded by robotic security. So let's try to keep all violence to a strictly non-human basis.
Wherever the heck he's going. We'll have to come back to that.
If you'd just like to step over here. Yes, that all seems good to me. Have a good evening.
I don't like it here. It makes me feel weird.
So what am I supposed to be doing?
A barrister working out of the Chief Justice's chambers. She's a trustee of the 99ers, a civil rights organization advocating for indentured leniency. Ladies and gentlemen, Cecily Sugar.
Thank you for having me.
We're also delighted to welcome back a regular guest, a traditionalist noble with a wealth of military experience, currently serving as the Chief Accounting Officer for the Bureau of the Indentured Fiscally Terminal and Immortalized Peoples. He is also the author of Lazy London and the recent follow-up, Pregnancy, Lazy Guts, or Productive Runts. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome for the Duke of Richmond, Gregory James Pritchard.
Good afternoon.
I'll start with you, Miss Sugar. Do you really believe the fiscally irresponsible are capable of integrating into society? Do we not risk the virulent spread of mental as well as fiduciary vagrancy?
Imagine if they get into the schools.
Oh, no, I don't think anyone is advocating we release these people directly into the education system.
Not yet, but please don't kid yourselves. It's coming.
Roger, I can sense you'd like to respond to Cecily's ranting.
Respond? I haven't said anything yet.
The only one that's surprised by that is you.
Miss Sugar, if you could hold your interruptions and wait until the appropriate time to respond. Duke Pritchard, please continue.
Thank you kindly, Kingsley. Very passionate, but unable to control their outburst.
Apologies, I believe that's the minute timer for the opening speaker. Since Cecily used her time to interrupt you, we'll just turn it off.
What was I saying? Sorry, it's hard to follow with all these interruptions. Ah, that was it. These ghastly reformists will be all one hears. Shrill, droning voices spouting ill-informed opinions on matters they know nothing of. It's very simple. If you don't want to work under a custodian, don't get into debt in the first place. Indenture is a gift, given the right frame of mind. Consider 100 years of free tutelage and guidance under a temperate, wise hand.
No, really, I must interrupt. A gift? Come on, how ridiculous. These people are practically slaves.
It really is tedious to have to deal with these insistent histrionic interruptions.
I agree. Miss Sugar, I'm really going to have to ask you to control yourself.
You've not let me say anything, so I must make the opportunity myself. Indenture is the new face of an ancient experiment in the sanctity of debt.
What a claptrap! Debt accelerated the reconstruction of Westminster.
It was the rapacious force behind rebuilding, true. But by compelling people to pay their debts, they are forced to work. It renders those without capital in a potential state of subjugation.
And this terrible institutional debt, which you admitted powered the rise of Westminster, this terrible institution is undermined by reducing the 100-year term by 1% or a year, correct?
Yes, it's a modest decrease. But if we can start a conversation about debt relief, it'd be liberating to the majority of Londoners and...
Risible! People work. They must work. It forms their very being. People are incomplete unless motivated by profit. Inaction is death. The moment you break this covenant, unhealthy ideas enter the ecosystem.
Indeed, such talk has proved very dangerous in the past.
Precisely, Mr. Hunter. We are at a pivot point in history. Celsi, you fail to understand that you are meddling with forces you don't understand. You could awaken an atavistic deluge within society that would destabilize London.
I think it's very odd that an act of passion could be depicted as some sort of frenzied chaos.
You are a fool. A dangerous fool. She really must be taken off the air immediately. Is that what we're doing now, Kisby? Propagating seditious ideas?
No, we don't. You're right. It's a public safety issue at this point. I quite agree. Cut her microphone. It's time we brought out our final argument. Obviously, Cecily has said quite enough for one day. Duke, can I have you please give us a closing argument, please?
No, I'd rather not. I think the public would be best served by wrapping this up as quickly as possible. We do not want to leave a lasting impression on the weak-minded. There is an important election coming up, and a stable transition is important for London.
Yes, I quite agree. Ladies and gentlemen at home, good evening from myself and everyone here at... Good heavens! Abandon the stage! Save yourselves! Ladies and gentlemen, while we have no reason to suspect there is a second device, we advise you to leave the area immediately.
Follow us to the exits, please.
Huh. Nice.
Can I help you?
I need you to sign these documents in the following places, here, here, and here.
What's this about? Smythe? The civil servant? This is highly irregular, not to mention socially inappropriate. Can't you see I'm mourning the death of a close colleague and dear friend? Meaningless slaughter. A prodigious talent extinguished.
Tragic what happened to Cecily, but there is a danger in radicalism. Best to err on the side of caution, yes, Mr. Honeysett?
You're implying you did this?
Another tragic death in unstable times. I'd urge you to stabilize the situation.
Very well. I understand. There you go. More power to the faceless, unaccountable bureaucracy. Did it necessitate the death of a gifted young woman?
Killing people is fun. The destiny of a maverick is an early end. There's only safety in the status quo.
God save us.
Election season read. Dear concerned citizen, in preparation for the upcoming election, the government has ceased regular operations. Please leave any relevant documents and correspondence for the next administration at the doorstep. Thanks, your former secretary to the Deputy Prime Minister, John J. Johnington IV. Get involved in election season procedures? What? Am I on the wrong quest thing? Help speed up the election season procedures?
What's that smell? Oh, it's you.
How
Fancy a
rude.
poster? Support your party to victory in the polls?
Victory in the polls?
Of course. There's an election on. Didn't you know? Last PM died at the tournament, so there's been an upset in Parliament. I heard Freddie Newell tried to step in to take control. Of course, Parliament wasn't having it. Can't have a PM without an election first. It's just not done.
So who are you?
Name's Bernie, and I'm the campaigner in charge of elections. One of many, lest you think democracy around here's a joke and not to be taken seriously. I do love an election. That's why it's my job to make sure it's done right.
All right, so what are you, my what?
Your party. You know, the party who best represents you and your interests in Parliament.
Okay.
Great. So, what do you say?
What do you got?
Oh, we've got all sorts. We've got blue for the traditionalists, led by Freddie Newell. Bit daft, but they keep a steady hand on the rudder and all that. We've got yellow for the pragmatists, if you fancy a bit of change. Lynn Moores is the leader, and she's committed. Or she should be, at any rate. To an asylum. And finally, we've got red for the Reformist Party. Stark raving mad, the lot of them. They never win, but they try, bless them. So, who'll it be? And? Righto, enjoy your pork pie then. Right, now, here's 5. Go and put them up around Westminster. What? You didn't think I was handing them out for free, did you? Popular participation is the cornerstone of our democracy. Elections don't happen if nobody knows about them. If you need more, I've got plenty.
All right. It seems like this is going to be a longer quest. So we're hand off the royal appointment to the prime minister, but there is no prime minister, so we have to do the election. So we're starting a new quest, the election night special. We're putting up posters. The problem is I have no idea if that's all we need to do to move on the other quests. So let's call it an episode here, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Geezer out. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Hopefully. Bye.